Let's see. Looks like we're live. Nice. All right, let's give it a minute. I'm gonna watch a game for a hot second. Let's see. I'll probably wait till I start to get some challenges. Is there a challenge? No, it doesn't look like there is right now. Okay, we'll probably need to change that. How do I change that with my bot? I don't know. Let's see. Who do we have in the chat? If anybody is looking to get a game, I'm going to be taking a bunch of challenges today. I just decided I wanted to be a little more creative with the stream title, but my handle, I will put it in the chat in case anybody wants to play. Well, I know Eric is streaming right now, so we might be getting a bunch of people there. How do I see it here? Whatever. I can just look through here. Or I can just I'll play a game right now and then we'll... Kind of jealous of Eric. He's playing Scrabble right now too. It's all good though. Oh, we need to change that title too. It's gonna be a little goofy. Okay. I don't want to play the e4 systems. e4, h6, bishop takes f6 is not particularly to my liking, but it's supposed to be fine. I just don't like it. What's up, holy smokes? I'm not a woman yet, but we'll see. No, I think they just have to update the title, which they will. I'm not too worried about that. Actually, I just I believe I messed this up, but let's see if we can improvise here. F4 takes. That's actually just really bad. Yeah, it wasn't very good because takes knight there. I was playing for h7, but we gotta do something a little different. What's up, no joke? How's it going? How's it going, dude? Okay, so takes. If I want to continue in this theme of aggression, then I could takes, queen takes, playing against h7, knight here. It's not too convincing. I'm just gonna take here. Concede that we messed up. Sometimes you just have to accept your mistakes in life and move past them. So knight f3. Maybe we could play against this f5 pawn. It's a little ambitious, but it's something. Did I spell it right? Let me see. Oh, my username? Probably. More likely my username than my actual name. Okay, so I'm gonna play this. Takes. There's an argument to be made here that this could be a draw just because of Black's poor bishop. I call it a poor bishop just because it's locked in here. Yeah, the first name is the challenge, isn't it? Let's see. Bishop h5. Let's see if he takes a draw. Probably won't. I mean, I wouldn't blame FIDE Master A. Valek for not accepting a draw. He's up a pawn, he or she. Okay, so do I play bishop d1, rook a b8, bishop c2, and just hold? Maybe. It's not comfortable, though. It's definitely not comfortable. Oh, wow, what a move. I didn't see that one. Okay, well played. Okay, let's just see. For some reason I hallucinated thinking the bishop is here. Normally in these positions, let's just there's a trap here. Knight e5, knight takes e5, and then d takes e5, knight d7, queen h4. So that's what I was trying to play for, in case anybody was wondering. The idea is that queen h4, we're hitting the h7 pawn, threatening checkmate, but we're also hitting this bishop. So actually, Black is busted here, and yeah, I don't think there's really anything left to do here. And the database speaks for itself. White is winning pretty much all the time. Move the king after rook b2. Let's see. If I move the king, like king e3, I lose the bishop. So yeah, this pin is just too strong. I totally missed rook b2. I was banking on rook takes b1 like this, and then seeing if I could hold this, which again is a little bit, could be viewed as optimistic just because I'm down a pawn, but maybe bringing the king to b2 and then closing off this entry. It's a possibility. It's probably not likely. Oh, move the king after rook b2. With his rook on b8. Let's see. Oh, interesting. So like king e3 here, and then rook takes here, rook takes here. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's see. King e3. What would I play if I were Black? I don't know. Maybe this is a draw. Still giving -3 for Black. What's the idea? King c7. And I guess I can't play king d2 because bishop a4 is problematic. Yeah, so rook b2, bishop d1. Yeah, it's unfortunately still lost here. But that was a good find. This is a creative find, Owen. Okay, let's see. Does anybody want to play? If you want to play, use the !challenge command in the chat, and then you should be able to challenge me. Yeah, it wasn't a position to hope for too much on. All right, good luck. Good luck. Let's play e4. I don't play e4 too much, but just for you guys, I can change I can change my policy. Maybe this castle queenside is a little bit too early. We'll see. Who are you to play on the Lichess Twitch channel? I am but a humble citizen of the Lichess community. Enorme patate de forain. I am but a humble citizen of this great server. Bishop e6, I think I have d5 here. Gotta watch out for those forks. Maybe takes first and then bishop e6. Something like that. Okay, so up a piece. Let's just try to exchange. Eliminate any counterplay. Oh, I ask who? My name is Aakaash. I'm a streamer in Norm, and I have my own channel, but I've been enjoying these Lichess streams recently, so that's what I'm doing here. Okay, so queen b8. So the idea is e4, and then I think he wants to try to create some counterplay here. Let's when your opponent is attacking, it's best to try to exchange the pieces that are being involved in the attack. So sounds very straightforward, but it's nice to sometimes remind ourselves of that. And I'm okay if he takes and wins this bishop or this pawn, because it opens up some files on the king side, and then I can get my rooks involved, and I'm already up a piece, so no big deal, no big deal. Please, my liege, spare me. What's up, soccer? You've seen my YouTube videos. Which one? I don't post too much on YouTube, but that's pretty cool if you've seen some of them. So queen g4, we're gonna try to penetrate here, and queen f7 is up in the air. Maybe even bishop h3 followed by queen d7 would be checkmate. There's some problems for our boy. Yeah, be like water, Bruce Lee. I think, good game, CR7 Fanatic, aka Owen. I think Owen is your name in the chat. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff with that quote, Terry. I like using water as an analogy or metaphor for the mind. So when I meditate nowadays, I use like a stream of water to as like background noise, and I've been playing around with the analogy that sometimes when we're thinking, our minds are bottled up. Like if you have water in a bottle, it's in a set container, and I think that we should try to let our water flow. We should try to let our minds flow. And that quote really speaks to me very much. I might have to get a water tattoo now that I'm talking about this. I already have a tree tattoo, so I have to complete the nature hippie look. Docwop, what's your Lichess handle? We've got a few different challenges here. We've got an Ultra Bullet Crazy House challenge. I don't know if I'll be taking that one. How's it going, Strength M? I'm doing well, dude. I've had a really long day at work, but been looking forward to the stream. I always feel very at peace when I'm streaming for Lichess, because I have to behave myself a little bit, at least more so than on my channel. And so it enforces a sense of civility in me. Okay, so I'm going to play knight c6, and if knight g5, h6. So we're going to try, like I said last game, when your opponent's attacking, try to exchange the pieces that are involved in the attack. That's usually a pretty good way of playing. Do people call me Jesus sometimes? They don't call me Jesus, they call me Tarzan though. I'd be down to be called Jesus. Oh, you watched the life lessons one? Oh, that's awesome, Soccer. What did you think of it? Very curious. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Honest feedback is appreciated. I've never played a title player before. Oh, absolutely. Soccer, what's your handle here? I'll definitely can get a game. Oh, your Lichess username is Prakar. Yeah, I think you're one of the next ones. So I think you're probably the second. You're number 2 in the queue. What's up, Cormac? How's it going, bro? Jesus probably looked more like you than some white guy with long hair and a beard. That's what I've heard. I've heard Jesus looks pretty Middle Eastern. I'm down to look like Jesus. Although I'm planning on making a slight modification to my appearance soon, so I don't know if I'll be able to retain that look. Okay, so takes. I think we can just win this pawn, right? I should have probably calculated a little bit more. At the very least, we can win this pawn. C takes b3, knight takes d3. Pawns are a little too loose. You also have never, yeah. I found the video very cool. Also, your voice is really calming. Thank you. I have heard that before. That should give me incentive to actually release more than one episode of my podcast. I've only released one episode of that bad boy. Okay, so knight takes d3. Let's see. We are up a pawn, and we have the bishop pair, so if rook f1, I'll probably just take. Honestly, wherever the rook moves, I'll probably just take here. Because this bishop can also poke at some of these dark squares. So I'm incentivized to get rid of it. Actually, I think rook d2 is a mistake here, though. Because now these rooks are on the same diagonal, so I can play bishop h6. Are you gonna dye your hair yellow? Where can we find your podcast? I've only released one episode, but if you here, I'll post. If you look up this channel, youtube.com/Aakaash, you should be able to find an episode there. It's with another streamer, friend of mine, JJ Lang. He goes by Chess Feels on Twitter. Check that out. It is a chess related podcast actually, but it's more than that. It's about chess, life, philosophy, you know. Great dinner table conversations. King c1. We'll play rook f2, threatening rook e1 or rook e2. I'm gonna play rook e1. Let's just exchange the rook off. And then rook e6, king d3, b5. Eliminate any openings for the king to walk through. And then we can just exchange this. Simplify the position. I looked up Aakaash. All I see is that comedian Aakaash Singh. You have to spell it right. So my name is spelled a little differently. I have 4 A's in my first name. Common mistake. Okay. And then we'll just bring the king. No need to make another queen. Good game, Docwop. Thanks for playing. Let's see. Yeah, I think things were going fine for you, but I think after knight c6, instead of f5, maybe queen h3. I think you might not have wanted to play queen h3 because of like e5 stuff with the discovery, but if I do play e5, I don't really think it's much to worry about at first glance. Like queen g3 should be fine. And then there's some questions on whether or not this pawn structure is any good. This square is also very weak. So, you know, every move is a little bit of a trade-off. Yo, what's good? What's good, Swole? How's it going? Good game, Docwop. Oh, we've got a 2300. Nice. So, it should be an interesting game. Okay, so we're gonna go maybe he might play c5. Okay, so we've got a reverse dragon. I play the dragon so much as black, but I really don't play it enough as white. I wonder why that's the case. Maybe I should play the English more. I guess it's because not everyone is guaranteed to play e5. But yeah, if anybody's looking to get a game, !challenge is the command to get a game. I'll be playing any and all viewers. Pending time, of course. Okay, so knight b6. I'm going to play rook c1. Very simple stuff. Maybe knight e4, knight c5. I want to put my knight on this square because it's hitting this bishop, the pawn on b7, the bishop on e6. And then maybe like once I reroute here, b4. Okay, so knight a5 is an interesting move. If I play knight e4, do I have to worry about bishop b3? Probably not because of queen e1. But knight e4, what about knight b3? Knight b3 is a little bit of a different story. Knight e4, knight b3. Let's say I play rook c3, knight takes d2, queen takes d2, and I've given up the bishop pair, but I'm actually not too concerned about that because this bishop's not going to be doing too much right now. It might be doing some stuff later on, but for now this pawn chain is pretty it's pretty limiting for the bishop's mobility, so yep. Actually, I'll play rook c2 instead of rook c3, because rook c3 might be a target on with the knight coming to d5. Okay, so he plays c6. Let's play knight c5, and I doubt he's gonna play this. Okay, so an eye for an eye, a bishop for a bishop. It's pretty balanced, but black's position is quite solid. Black's position is quite solid indeed. Okay, so king h8. Now, what do we do next? How do we break through? I don't know, maybe this. I don't know if this is doing much, but it's something. Do I have to watch out for knight a4? Knight a4, rook c2, bishop b3 is kind of inconvenient, it looks like. But I do have rook a5, so nothing to be too worried about at the moment. Let's play this. I still don't know what I'm playing for at the moment. I think we're just kind of dancing around each other, maneuvering pieces, seeing what happens, seeing what works, feeling each other out. It's like a first date. It's a little awkward, it's a little nerve-wracking, but you're just trying to feel each other out. b6, rook c2. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, so I'm just gonna play this. I don't know. We're just fishing. We're searching for a plan. I'd be more comfortable to play like this in a slow game, but in a fast game you can't dilly-dally for too long. So let's see, rook c4. Maybe I'll tempt him to play like knight f4 or something, with some discovered attacks. But I don't really care too much about the discovered attacks. Okay, so now I've been able to maneuver the rook on this side. So let's see if something is gonna happen here. Still quite unclear. So knight f5. Do I play this? I don't know. I don't know the answer. Oh, I don't like that move at all. I don't like that move because queen e6 is a little inconvenient. And I didn't really accomplish anything by putting the rook on h3. It's looking a little bit foolish there. And now this is under attack. Okay, let's exchange and let's recalibrate. Maybe rook d8. Oh, wow. That was a rook. That was a rook, was it not? I don't think I can get a draw here, though. No, queen d5. Oh, wow, good game. Good game, Arush. I think this is the first game I've lost on the Lichess stream. Well done. Well done. What was I supposed to do there? Yeah, I mean, just move this. Why did I? Yeah, I just forgot about this. I forgot that I was pinned, to be honest. That's probably why I wasn't looking on that side. Every GM was a beginner one time. That is true. That is very true. Wise words from Cormac. Okay. So we've got soccer. Is it soccer? Yeah. Good luck. Wow, the London is so fashionable nowadays. I must say that when I do face, like, I play the London as well, but when I face the London is really when I realize why people are so insistent on it being banned. Okay, so we've got a nice lesson here. When you're playing the London and you're playing against these King's Indian setups, you don't want to put the bishop on d3. You want to put it on e2 because these plans with e5, e4 are super deadly. The London system had a huge year. It did. It did, and I mean, part of me is like, great, that's awesome. But another part of me is like, well, I've been playing it for a while, and now that it got super popular, everyone's learning how to play against it. So, you know, I could say I was a hipster and I was doing it before it got cool. But then again, is something cool when everyone starts doing it? Maybe it's just lame now. Maybe I see what people are saying about the London. I see the pain. Uh-oh. Had to keep the queen on the d file to keep the bishop defended. Okay. Knight e4, and then we'll just exchange pieces. When up material, it's a good thing to exchange. So queen b3, probably just queen c6. Queen c6. And then we'll get these rooks in the game. Nothing too crazy, nothing too complicated. What's the play against it line, though? Against the London, early queen b6. Ooh, good question. There's a few different ways to play against the London that are somewhat annoying. These King's Indian setups are pretty good, I think. They're pretty respectable. The queen b6 stuff can be annoying, but there's nothing too crazy. I think the most challenging lines, if I had to be very thematic about it, are the ones where you play c5 generally. I mean, of course, c5, queen b6 is an idea, but you really want to you want to play like c5, attack the d4 pawn, and like knight c6 with ideas to break with e5. Those are the positions I struggle with the most when I'm playing the London. Chess took off because of the Queen's Gambit too. Yo, my question, C3, E-Man, is when are they going to create, like, I guess naming Netflix shows based off of openings is the new thing. When are they going to come up with a London system Netflix show? I'd be down to star in it. I'm not quite as pretty as Anya Joy Taylor, but if Netflix wants to sign me, like, you know, I'll gladly do it. I'll sacrifice my dignity for it. Eric Rosen popping off was a big part of it as well. That's true. Eric is a trendsetter in the online chess community. Like, the Stafford Gambit became super popular once he started releasing the videos. He's really done a great job figuring out the YouTube algorithm. Eric has done an excellent job with that. Ooh, not that way. Good game. Okay, so let me just show this again real quick. When you're playing against the London system, when you're playing the London system, let me flip it. And you're playing against this King's Indian setup, don't put the bishop on d3. It's just a recipe for disaster. You know, one way you can remember this, not to put the bishop on d3, is when the bishop's on d3, it's kind of staring at granite. It's staring at a rock with this fianchetto pawn structure. So that's one way just to remember in your head not to play it. But bishop e2 is just better because if you're not careful, you lose a piece. You can lose a piece here, like e5, e4, because you have to respond to this bishop being attacked, and then e4 is coming to attack both of these. So keep that in mind if you're a London player. I have fallen for this. Against the King's Indian, my London turns into a Jobava London. Is that by choice or by design? I'll talk to my bosses. Thank you, C3, for the Netflix special, right? We got to get a London system Netflix special going. Let's see, maybe we'll get another London. We do get another London. Let's see if Junior Magnus... Whoa, Queen D2. So this is going to become like a Jobava London, I guess. Seems to be the signal. Knight c3. Think not the best day. Don't worry about it, dude. It happens. No one's gonna judge you. This stream is a no judgment zone. If you're on my channel, you might get judged a little bit, but we're on Lichess's channel, which is all of our channel. I think I am after your next opponent. So I'm kind of doing it based off of this list, but I might pull some audibles here and there, especially if there's like a funky challenge. Okay, so e3. I don't know if I should have played h5, but here we are. So So for those of you that don't know, this is the Jobava London. Jobava London is typically characterized by the knight on c3 instead of the pawn on c3. And there's some funky stuff that can happen. I sometimes play the Jobava London myself. I think it's a lot of fun. But if you are a London player, it's definitely useful to look into the Jobava London because there's some neat tricks. And if your opponent's not well prepared, they can easily fall for them. In particular, stuff with this c7 square. Oh wow, so castle queenside. He does end up castling queenside. Nice. Maybe I should have played b5 first. b5, then knight b6 so that I get this square. Oh well. Can't always have what we want. Funky as in like funky in that they look very atypical. The Jobava London positions. I am quite new to chess, so I might not be the best. Dude, it's all good. Old, new, we welcome all. We welcome all of the players. Thank you, Arjun. I mean, I'm decent. I would say I'm not so good, but I've been playing this game for some time. Okay, so we're going to take here, and there's going to be some problems on the king side probably that I will have to watch out for, but this is just characteristic of any opposite side's castling position. If h takes g4, I might play knight c4 or something like that. Okay, I'm actually fine with this. Bishop takes g4. I felt a little bit closed in, suffocated, and I was worried about how I was going to find a break. But now I think it'll be a little bit easier to create some breathing room. Knight c4, we get a tempo on the queen, but we can also potentially play e5. And one good rule of thumb, if you are being attacked on the side of the board, we call that the flank. If you're being attacked on the flank, a premature flank should always be met by a break in the center. So in this case, I'm very strongly considering e5, and I'm just going to play it because intuitively it feels right. Takes, knight takes, and if bishop takes, I have a good bishop. Even if he doesn't take it, we create some tension and some opportunities for counterplay. You deserve my bits. Give them to Lichess, please. Give them to the server, or consider being a patron of Lichess. That would also be amazing. Okay, so takes, and e takes d4. So we've accomplished something. We're not just sitting tight. We've opened up the center. We've created some breathing room for the king. There's less of a chance that white is going to be able to make a significant breakthrough with an attack here. Because you typically need pawns as levers to create an attack, or at least to get an attack going. And in this case, maybe this h-pawn is a candidate to do it, but I'm feeling a little more comfortable. So f4 is threatening f5, but every pawn move has a consequence, and consequence of moving this f-pawn is this e3 square is pretty weak now because the pawn was previously defending it. So we've got a fork. Wait, why are you here instead of your normal Twitch page? I'm just streaming for Lichess right now, Senpai. We're just we're having a chill Lichess stream. I was actually supposed to stream on my page earlier this week, but I got a little bogged down with work stuff. And I'm also, I guess, I'm working on this like massive tweet thread. If y'all are on Twitter, you should consider following me. I'm working on a massive tweet thread it's been taking me a long time to write it just because I'm trying to really get my thoughts down well. It's a tweet thread comparing Lichess and chess.com. So if you're a Lichess fanboy, fangirl, you might like it. You might enjoy it. Even if you're not a Lichess fanboy or fangirl, you should still read it. Maybe you'll become one after reading it. Okay. So knight d2. I wonder if I should play this. There is a little bit of pressure here, but you know, if he takes, I'm gonna play f5. You don't always have to take back. You can keep the position locked, and in this case, this pawn is actually a shield for me. Who would have thought it? Who would have thunk it? The white pawn becomes a shield for the black king. Good game, Junior Magnus. I want to just show this real quickly again, just to demonstrate. When your opponent is attacking on one side of the board, always look for these breaks, and I think e5 is really where the position started to make a change. He will still be regularly streaming from his channel. Yeah, I definitely will, but I also would love to regularly stream here. Is it worth striking in the center even though you're castled on opposite sides? Oh, definitely. I mean, in this case, like, just to demonstrate, we're castled on opposite sides, but by striking in the center here, this bishop all of a sudden has a little bit more life to it, a little bit more vitality. There's more potential energy for this bishop to get involved in the game. And, you know, it might be getting ahead of ourselves to say that this bishop is an attacking piece, but it's not too hard to even imagine shortly after how it could become an attacking piece. For example, c5 takes. It might not be good here because there's a lot of pressure on this pawn, but once c5 takes, this bishop has more potency, targeting this b2 pawn. So it's definitely still something you should consider. That's a fork, but not the kind you eat with. Oh, the knight e3 stuff. So slow, felt like I had some decent pressure. Queen d2 is against the king's Indian defense is one of my favorite lines. Yeah, actually it was interesting because I was wondering if I should play bishop g7 because maybe bishop h6, and I'm questioning whether or not I wasted a tempo, but good game though. Ooh, 5+4. Interesting time control. When do you stream for Lichess? I don't know, like, I've been streaming about once a week for the past 3 weeks. I would love to keep it as a regular weekly thing. I view it as volunteering my time. And there's, like, in terms of spending my time on the internet, there's really not too many other activities I find more fulfilling. Okay, so e4. I'm a little bit critical of this bishop b4 move because c3 is a productive move for us, and now this bishop is a little awkward, a little loosey-goosey. So bishop e5, I want to provoke this. Okay, so unfortunately, strength has given us a rook. Although this will be a great opportunity just to review opening principles. Can you show the castle method? Castle method? What do you mean by the castle method, Arjun? Like castling in general? I can demonstrate how to castle. Okay, I'm gonna play bishop e5. Let's just let's make sure it doesn't get trapped. Lichess and the scores of players you've played. So Cormac, I don't know if you were here when this happened, but I did lose my first game while streaming on Lichess's channel. I forget the name of the username, but I lost, so I no longer have an unblemished record, which is actually a great thing because I was feeling a ton of pressure to maintain a perfect score. So now I can just chill. Now I can be like, hey yo, I'm no longer undefeated, so it doesn't matter as much. 2300 snipe you. He did snipe me. It's all good though. He played well, and I missed queen takes b3 there. Okay, so let's see. If king g8, we have bishop f6. Now queen d7 leads to mate. Probably queen d6. This is only lifeline. It's not much of a lifeline though, but okay, I'll play knight f3, bishop d3, castle, something like this. Let's see. Let us see. But yeah, so like I said, if you guys are on the Twitter sphere, I will be hopefully publishing it either tomorrow or Saturday. My Magnus Opus arguing for Lichess over chess.com. So check it out while you're there. I've put a lot of thought into it too. And just for those of you who don't know, I know a lot of people kind of complain about chess.com being you have to pay to get a lot of the features. Well, you might not know this, but chess.com gives lifetime diamond memberships to their highest tier. They give lifetime diamond memberships to masters. So I have a lifetime diamond membership to chess.com, and I still prefer Lichess. So take that for what you will. I still prefer Lichess. So you're not, I mean, not throwing too much shade at their diamond features. I think they're pretty good, but you're not missing out on too much if you're on Lichess. Magnum opus. It's a neuter noun, so the adjective modifies it. Wow, we've got a literature or major, not literature, but English major. Yeah, get a title play there for free. Or get a title play on Lichess for free. Latin scholar in the house. I'm glad we're getting edumacated on this stream. Poor queen. This queen is in a dire situation. No more squares to run to. She was a good queen. She was a great queen. Someone has to prepare her eulogy. Maybe the Latin scholar can prepare the eulogy. Okay, so knight takes. The king's eulogy will be coming shortly, unfortunately. So king b6, queen takes. Let's try to do some calculation. King b6, queen takes c7, king a7, knight c6, king a8, queen b8 is checkmate, so that's a mate in 3. How did you end up playing for Lichess? They just asked me. So I stream on Lichess very regularly, Fnatic, and I was just asked by them. Good game, strength. Let me just show you real quick. So yeah, bishop b4. I wouldn't play bishop b4 here just because c3 is a productive move for white, and you just give me a reason to play it, and a reason that costs you an extra move too. So this bishop has moved 1-2 times, and meanwhile, if you compare white's position to black's position here, white has the center, white has developed the same number of pieces, and white has a more comfortable position already. And g5 is a little bit ambitious here. I mean, I do like it in style, but usually you want to play like towards the center. You want to be careful with moves like g5. And then here, f6, maybe queen h5. It's already starting to show why g5 was a little bit premature. Lichess does have better visual and smoother experience. Chess.com website sometimes lags, so I prefer Lichess as well, trying to be better. Lichess's user interface is just gorgeous. It's beautiful. Super smooth, super smooth. If we're doing Latin, then it would be a Requiem, Reclusive Writer. Interesting, we got two Latin scholars here. We check out new streams to find talent. Cormac, have you been scouting? What's the latest on the talent situation for streamers? I am not close to you at all, Strength. It's okay, you said that you're new to the game, right? 1300 being new to the game is quite good. I would recommend, if you're still very new, Lichess has released a bunch of new features for their puzzles section. If you go to Learn and Puzzles, there's a lot of really cool stuff there. I think puzzles are like the quickest way for beginners to get better, I think. Sharpen those puzzles, just keep playing, and you'll be well on your way. Am I close to FM? No, not at all. I'm not close to FM. I mean, I don't know strength-wise. Maybe I could be, but my FIDE rating is it's too far away from it. My FIDE rating is like in the dumps right now. I have a long way to go before I get the FM title, which is okay. I mean, I'm not really focused on it. Lots of new streams, some good ones. Some of the good new ones need to find some mods, but we may front page some new people soon. That's awesome. I love that. I love that. Great to see more people getting into streaming. I feel like I started streaming in like July or August of 2019, and then I really started to get into it in like April of 2020. And I think the pandemic brought out a lot of people into the streaming game, but then Queen's Gambit also did too. I would be willing to bet that, and I haven't looked up the category statistics for it yet, but I would be willing to bet that chess, people started watching chess a lot more ever since Queen's Gambit. I know people have been playing on Lichess and chess.com. Lichess had that great statistic, 89 million games in December, which is absolutely incredible. I can't wait till Lichess hits 100 million games in a month. But yeah, I mean, it's great to see new channels sprouting up. I love it. Anybody like Legend of Zelda? Legend of Zelda, like, which one? There's a lot of Legends of Zelda. I love Neurology 91. I love neurology. What type of neurology do you love? Are you a neurologist, or are you just interested in neuroscience? I love neuroscience. I really wanted to major in neuroscience in college, but my school didn't have it, so I just took a bunch of the classes. How would you go about getting an FM title, registering in a bunch of tournaments? So to get the FM title, you need to hit a FIDE rating of 2300, and once you hit it once, you get the title for life. So yeah, you have to play those FIDE rated events, which can be hard sometimes because not all chess tournaments are FIDE rated. But FIDE is the international rating system. Five streams is a busy day, now 100 streams is normal. Really, Cormac? 5 streams? Wow. Man, if only... I wonder what percentage of those 5 streams are still active. I'm really curious about that. Twilight Princess is dope. I've been quite a lot of waiting for me lately. Hi, Ronick. Were you waiting last stream? I feel like you might have been waiting last stream too. What's up, Chess 2012-02? Why is chess.com rating harder than Lichess? It's Anson Cow or Chow. What do you mean? This is another. I feel like this is something a lot of people talk about. Believe it or not, my chess.com and Lichess ratings are very similar. I think people over exaggerate the amount of inflation and deflation that occurs. Llama Lord streams speedrunning Legend of Zelda. Llama Lord he's just a fast dude in general. Fun fact, Llama Lord and I actually, we went to the same school. I think he ended up transferring, but he went to the same school that I graduated from for a period of time. How do we see your Magnus Opus on Lichess versus Chess.com if we're not on Twitter? Metrovino. Great question. Maybe follow my channel. I don't know if I'll be posting that tweet thread or sharing it while I'm on this channel. But follow my Twitch channel. I'll probably share it there. But you'll get the inside scoop. Not inside scoop. I'm not part of the Lichess Illuminati yet. I'm still being initiated, to be honest. King Crusher, Chess Bros, Mattered Monkey, all are OG. True. Also Chess Network, right? How much rating should there be to be a CM, NM, LM? So CM, I believe Candidate Master FIDE Candidate Master is 2200 FIDE rating. It's a title that not that many people end up getting, but it is a title. And then National Master in the United States is 2200 USCF. So you get that once and you get the title for life. Even if you drop below 2200 like I did, you still retain the title for life. So that's pretty cool. LM is a Lichess Master title. It's a rare title that used to be given out more often. It's no longer given out. It's retired, so it's an OG title that you had to get while they had it. Okay. Huh, I thought I had mate here. Oh well. Not quite, yep. There should be a mate soon, right? Right? If I play here, I think this should be good. Although I'm not calculating at all right now. I'm just kind of moving. Good game, Alexander. I mean, I wanted to play Bishop H6 at one point, but King F6 comes about. Good game, dude. Chess Network was more regular back then, but only occasional streams in the last few years. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't stream more. At the lower end of the ladder, Lichess is inflated compared to chess.com. It evens out at the top. I wonder. I'll have to think about that a little bit more. Glico 2 and Elo. Ah, gotcha. Gotcha, Cormac. Glico 2 and Elo. What does Lichess use? Does Lichess use Glico? I forget. I should probably know this. I think Britain had a chess master title many years ago, but it's defunct, if I understand it correctly. Thank you for the game. Just started playing King's Indian setup 2 days ago. Oh, that's pretty cool. Like, well, you were white that game. King's Indian attack? I'm not calculating at all. I'm just kind of moving. Most relatable things so far. Yeah, actually, so X and RD, I wanted to talk a little bit about this in this stream. So I have a question for you guys. I have a question in the chat, and post your answers in the chat. Not answers, but just like your reactions. When people talk about intuition in chess, what does that make you think of? Like, what does that mean? When people say, "Oh, this is an intuitive move," like, what are people talking about? I want to discuss this a little bit and share some thoughts here. Lichess is Glico too. Chess.com is Glico. Thank you, Reclusive Rider. By the way, that is a sick name, Reclusive Rider. I like that a lot. I don't know why. Like it just has a little bit of a, I don't know. It has like, there's something gangster about it. Something a little gangster. Too good at chess. I'm new to your stream. I hope I enjoy this stream. I hope you do too. I hope you do too. Too good at chess. This is actually Lichess's stream. This is Lichess's channel. Make sure you follow them. Subscribe if you like it. I have my own channel as well. But we here reppin' Lichess. Okay, so both attack and defense. What's intuitive, obvious, seen without deep calculation, subconscious calculation. Interesting. So we've got a wide variety of responses. Cormax is pretty good. Metrovinos are pretty good. So the way I like to think about this, I like to divide chess up into two ways of thinking. And this is clearly an oversimplification, but just bear with me. So there's intuition and there's actual thinking. Intuition occurs when you have the subconscious patterns baked into your mind. They're baked into the way that you look at the game. So like something subconscious for me is just like recognizing that these dark squares are weak without having to think about them. And how do I recognize it? Well, I see that all these pawns are on light squares. So then I know that the dark squares are weak. And I don't have to like think about that. Other examples of something that could be in your subconscious are like tactics, the patterns that lead to different tactical motifs. That can also be in your subconscious. So when we talk about like knowing when to play intuitively versus knowing when to think, what do we mean by that? How do you know if you can trust your intuition? How do you know when you have to actually solve a problem and think? Intuition occurs with high-level players, not with the common folk. Ah, very interesting take, Terry. What do you guys think about that? For those of you that might be newer to the game, what are your thoughts there? In my opinion, intuition is a short amount of time calculations based on a prior pattern recognition. So in chess, intuition is a function of pattern recognition. I would say so, yeah. It's definitely a function of pattern recognition in a way where you can just quickly figure out like moves or quickly come up with a list of candidate moves. Intuition is very heavily used when you're playing speed chess, like blitz, bullet, even maybe sometimes rapid. You don't have time to calculate every line, so you have to work at the board. And I would say, this might sound like blasphemy to some, I would say the goal of chess is to get to a point where you don't have to work as hard at the board. And yeah, that's going to sound controversial, but hear me out. So look at Magnus Carlsen, our world champion, probably like the most universal, in terms of style, the most universal world champion. He can play any type of position. But he's characterized as being a lazy player amongst the world's elite, which might not be a fair classification, to be honest. But anyways, this is the reputation he has. Well, the reason why he's like, he is considered lazy and he can play universally in any style is because he's such an intuitive player. He doesn't need to think as much. He doesn't need to work that hard at the board, because he knows so many positions. I think he has over 10,000 positions just, or games just completely memorized. When you have that much in your memory bank, like, you're going to recognize the patterns and the themes that come up. So like in this particular position, right, we have these pawns, like this little clash in the center on the queen side going on. What I recognize here is oftentimes, my opponent does it, like a5, b4 is a great way to play because you have a space advantage on the queen side, so you can play this plan. I don't really need to think about it, I just like remember that. I would say everyone has intuition, but beginners usually have bad intuition. Yeah, that is true. And I think the goal is to, the goal for beginners, and this is why I also say, like, if you're new to the game, just drilling tactics will get you very far. I don't know why I'm playing this. I'm just making a move. Drilling tactics will get you very far because you start to bake that pattern recognition into your intuition. And once you do that, you stop hanging pieces as much because you just automatically are able to see them. Okay, so knight takes e5 is a very interesting choice. So this is an opportunity where we can think. The first move that comes to my mind here is knight d4. Why knight d4? Because this bishop is really looking to get involved in the attack on the king side. And so if I play knight d4, this bishop is blunted by this pawn. So this is called a blockade, and I'm going to play it. And now also this pawn is a target for this bishop here. And maybe beginners might think I'm playing this to attack this pawn. I'm not. I'm playing this just to put the knight on a good square. It has a lot of potential here now. Knights in the center are quite beautiful. It's kind of like a Ferris wheel. Getting a little dizzy. Okay, so I'm going to take here. And then now just, let's play patiently. I'm going to play king f1. I don't really want to exchange queens yet, but I do have to keep the queen here for the time being because knight takes b2 is a threat. Are you the giraffe NM? The giraffe NM? What does that mean? What does that mean, Frankel? I have no idea what that means. I don't think I've ever been called a giraffe before. I'm not very tall, so that's also why I've never been called a giraffe. Okay, so bishop f3. I think king g2 might be of consideration later. Never mind, what did you major in? I majored in college, I majored in biology, molecular and cellular biology. Okay, so now I'm going to play knight e6. When the knight is on like the sixth rank, the knight is called an octopus. So we both have octopi of our own. Okay, so I'm going to play this. Actually, I don't know. I'm going to play king g2 first. Bishop e2 was actually my first thought because I want to get rid of this knight. I'm going to play this first. Avoid the exchange, and then we'll play bishop here. Although this guy is playing quite well, to be honest. He's playing pretty well, and I'm kind of struggling to find out how to fend off these attacks. If I play queen f4, knight f4, Wait, I can just take this, right? Yeah, takes, check. He moves the king. Queen takes f4, knight takes f4. Then we take here. Yeah, I think that's good. Nice. Are you trying to become a doctor? No, I'm not, Frankel. I actually work at a health tech startup. So I work in the medical space. But I'm not trying to be a doctor myself. I do work in the health tech space though. Why did you wait so much to put the horsey there? Which horsey? I mean which square? Okay, take this. This guy this 1700 played pretty well though, I must say. It was a good game from him. It looks like he knows how to play his slow positions pretty well. Oh, on e6, I wanted to... That's a good question. I wanted to put the knight, keep the knight on d4 because I was constantly wary about maybe him sacking a pawn with like d4 or something like that. I don't know. It might have just been like a ghost to worry about, but it's just something that I had in mind. I wasn't really thinking too much about it. I was just kind of trying to be intuitive. But yeah, so going back to this like intuition discussion, good game, Leo. Well played. I would say for those of you that are trying to work on building up your intuition, drills like tactics help a lot. Playing a lot of games hones in your intuition, but you got to make sure that you're not you're not practicing the wrong patterns, like you're not developing bad habits, because then those bad habits will be in your intuition. So yeah, use Lichess's puzzles feature. Hone in on those tactics. Look through some good master games. Start to understand like the structures that they're playing with, and then you'll develop more intuition on pawn structures. What's the most effective way to build intuition? Yeah, so drills are really helpful. Studying strong players' games. Lichess does also have Lichess has an open player database, open games database. So if there's a player that you really like, I would recommend looking through their games, seeing the pawn structures that they play with. That can help. Also, getting like lists of collected games. Lichess also has, this is actually one of Lichess's best features, the studies. You can look through some of the publicly available studies, maybe lists of best collections of games. Going through strong players' games like Magnus Carlsen's are really helpful for doing that. Also, looking at how strong players play against weaker players is very helpful for developing that intuition. How did you become this good? I've been playing chess for a while, Strand. I've been playing chess for quite some time. So it didn't happen overnight, let me tell you that. But to be honest, most of my work was just like, I played a lot. I didn't study too much. I did tactics. I've done some work with my game, but like not as much as a lot of other players. I just kind of brute forced it, for better or for worse. Actually, I would say it wasn't the most effective way, definitely. Would you recommend getting a coach at 1880 Blitz, or is it too early? Frankel, I would say it's never too early to get a coach. Have you played Rapid? Do you have a Rapid rating? The key, regardless of what your rating is, identify what your weak points are, and you can either do this by yourself or with a coach. And once you identify those weak points, like a coach will a coach can provide you with that information on what your weaknesses are, and can also provide you with training material to hone in on those weaknesses. But a coach isn't always necessary. But yeah, and to Cormac's point, yeah, if you're looking for those puzzles, Lichess did release those new sets of puzzles, new themes. Go to Learn and Puzzles. I mean, there's a lot of great stuff here. Okay, so Queen G4. I'm not so comfortable with this pawn structure that I've got going on here. So I'm going to have to probably make a little bit of a concession here. I'm going to play E5, and yes, I do kind of closet this bishop to a certain extent. But this is kind of the cost, I think, because I was a little worried about my queen not being involved in the defense here. So the bishop is closeted. So, but if we can maybe try to exchange the bishop, then it's not a big deal. Yeah, this is a little precarious. Takes, I'll have to take with the queen, but not the position that I was hoping for, to be honest. But okay, it's not the end of the world. We're still alive. Whoa. I forgot about that move. I was kind of confusing two different trees, two different branches of the calculation tree. Okay, so we might be losing a pawn here. I think I have to play this, right? Yeah, Queen E6 is coming though. Oh wow. H6. I actually think that the pawn was pretty good there. So now, do I have this? Oh god, I don't. Oh, what am I thinking? Yeah, this is just probably lost. I was thinking here, but just takes, this is a discover check. Okay, so I'm gonna have to play this, give up the... Oh, wait a second. We've got some tricks. We have some tricks. The bishop can't take because the queen's hanging. Okay, well that was definitely a success in terms of climbing out of the position that we had. But white might still be winning, to be honest. Oh, so he flagged. So I kind of got bailed out there, but I wonder, is this still a draw? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's probably a win for white, to be honest. Let's kind of play this out and see what happened here. G5, King G7, King H5. Yeah. I'm gonna get Zugzwanged here, and then maybe this. This is a possibility of how it might happen. And there's really no moves. Black is running out of moves, so like if I play here, this white can take, and if I tried something like this, it doesn't really amount to anything. And then white's able to pick up these pawns. So yeah, white was winning there. Good game by my opponent. That was a brutal attack on the king side. My weaknesses include the opening, the middle game, and end games. You're preaching to the choir, Cormac. How did you find your weaknesses without a coach? Good question, Metrovino. I have friends that are stronger than me that have told me my weaknesses multiple times. But I also, like, in terms of self-study, I just, like, I took my over-the-board tournament games, And I also, like, I wrote out a list of mistakes for each of the games, and I looked at where the overlaps were. Like, okay, I was exchanging pieces too often. If that occurred multiple times, then I knew that that was something I needed to work on. Are you affected negatively by losses? Like, do you have a stoic mentality towards it, or do you get emotionally invested? I would say I'm not affected too negatively. Like, even in tournament games, like, I just kind of chill. I recognize this guy. This guy has never played. This should be an interesting game. I don't get too affected negatively. I mean, it's just a game, right? We're just playing. Oh, Chess Devil Ohio. I know who this is. I mean, it's a game, and yeah, like, there's bigger things to care about than a chess game. Yo, Professor Daddy. Speaking of friends that are much stronger, welcome to Professor Daddy. How's it going, bro? Is there a type of philosophy that you like? I saw your Bruce Lee tweet from earlier. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, I like to just be mindful and think about stuff. If you're interested, you can play my Leela bot. It is set to only look at one move per position, so longer tactics will be missed. You have a Leela bot? LC0 test. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm down to try that. Interesting how you intuitively knew the endgame was losing without calculating. Frankel, the reason why I knew is because White had the outside pawn. Like, that outside G pawn was a passed pawn. And so in those positions, like, there will be the dance of, like, pushing the pawn, trying to get the opposition. But eventually, the side with the outside passed pawn will chuck that pawn away, sacrifice that pawn to win the pawns on the other side. That's kind of a standard idea in those types of pawn endgames. Yeah, I'm definitely down to try that Leela bot. Actually, I've been looking to train with a Leela. I've been looking to train with a Leela bot for some time now. If you have any recommendations, hey, I'm Bigo. I would love to hear them, because I'm on a MacBook, and so I've kind of struggled with getting Leela on a GUI or whatnot. But I would really love to experiment more with Leela. I'm planning when I build a new PC, I'm planning on building it so that I can run some of these neural nets locally. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Also, I know Professor Daddy would love to see some of that analysis. Professor Daddy is an excellent opening theoretician, for those of you who don't know. Mr. Chess Devil Ohio, hanging a pawn, gifting us a pawn, I should say, actually. I'm surprised Chess Devil Ohio hasn't played a rated game yet. Series should improve speed. Is Series another bot? Okay, let's play this. Maybe he'll take. Although that could be optimistic. It's a new development for Leela that is more optimized. Interesting. So is there a Series bot on Lichess or something like that? When I lose a Lichess game, that's when it's time to stop. Hey, but if you have that attitude, then will you ever continue? Like, losing is part of life. It's very early in the series. I'll have to take a look at that. Your sky background is awesome. Dance with me, cutie. Thank you. Thank you very much. I've really grown to like it. Most people don't know. Most people don't know that you can add a picture or a GIF to the background of Lichess. Not that there's anything wrong with the dark mode or like the normal stuff. I actually really do like them. They're normal colors. But if you're looking for something a little bit more, go to background and go to transparent, and you can put your image in. My bot is online most of the time. Excellent. I'm gonna follow it. Hello, Gigi. Taiwan MC, what's your inspiration for the name Aakaash Money? So, my name is Aakaash Meduri. So Aakaash sounds like Aakaash, and Aakaash Money, Aakaash Meduri. You know, they sound somewhat similar. That's why. Nothing too mind blowing there, but some of my friends call me like Aakaash Money. That's how that nickname came about. Maybe rook d1, but then we have knight f3. Is that why your background is the sky? Frankel, interesting. You know what my name means. I like to say yes, but the reality is I just liked the sky background. But yeah, Aakash does mean sky in Hindi. But no, I did not do it for that reason. I'm Vihandu. Nice to meet you, Vihandu. Was just looking over your commentary on our game. Thanks for the tips. No problem, Leo. Leo, you were the we had that game with it was the slow burn, wasn't it? I'm trying to remember if that was the same game. You were black? Were you black that game? So I'm not too worried, guys, about this king side, if you're wondering, because I was at first concerned with like knight e5, queen h5, trying to penetrate into g6, but we have these squares covered because we have this bishop here. So the bishop can retreat to e8 if it ever needs to defend these squares. Also, rook f6 is an open possibility. I could have maybe played g4, but it's fine. Yeah, I was black and you played London. Nice. Oppo Iki, bro. I'm assuming that's Hindi. I don't speak Hindi, honestly. Well, I don't know why I say honestly, but I can't speak Hindi. My family's from South India, so we speak Telugu. Even still, my Telugu is not very good either. I'm pretty bad with my mother culture. Oppo Iki, bro? Is that Japanese? Maybe it is Japanese. I don't know. See, I can't tell you. My bot will be weaker since it's looking at one node per move, but usually it's running at full strength. Good game, Chess Devil Ohio. I think this was Terry, right? Alright. Let's get these other games in, and then we'll, the bot's coming up soon. I'm gonna play the Grob. I feel like I need to play the Grob once per thing. Do you even anime, bro? I used to anime. Actually, I used to read more manga than anime, but are there any good animes now that I should check out? I mean, I'm down to check them out. Oppo Iki, bro, is not Japanese. What does it mean? Grob Pog. By the way, I do have a Grob video on my YouTube channel, if you guys want to check it out. Attack on Titan's going on strong. So I did used to watch Attack on Titan, but I think I got like I got through most of season 2, and then for whatever reason I just stopped watching it. I don't remember why. You kind of look like the anime man. Is that because of the long hair? Yeah, but I read more manga than I watched anime, to be honest. So I guess in that sense I was a little bit. Oh, hey, I'm Bigo. So this is probably showing Lichess's YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is a little bit different. If you look up this channel, my name, it's just my first name. You should be able to find it on YouTube. You know Irene Charisma? I don't know her personally, but I know of her. Randy, yes. She's an international master, correct? I've briefly interacted with her, I think maybe once. Eric Rosen is really good friends with her, actually. Okay, so black is attacking at this pawn on g4, the Grob pawn, which is, you know, it hurts a little bit for that pawn to get attacked. But I mean, I did play the Grob, so I guess I'm somewhat deserving of the assault. It gets better. First part season 2 wasn't that good. I gotta make sure I check that out. Is it on Netflix? I forget. Oh, thank you, Cormac. Gracias. Okay, so queen takes b7. Let's see if this ends up being greedy. It's quite possible it does. Although I'm not sure why I can't take this. Isn't that just a free knight? Knight takes g5, queen 8, or knight takes e5, queen g5. Oh, okay. Tricks. Knight g4, then queen takes d2 is the idea. Okay. Well then. How do I respond to this? What about knight takes e5, queen g5 like f3? Or knight f3? Whatever. Yeah, I'll just give him the exchange. Oh, this way. Okay. I thought he was gonna play queen g5 first. Oh, time is kind of low. That's something to keep in mind. Also, pieces are hanging. Okay, so I guess, ooh. Alright, good game. Man, I lost 2 games this stream. This must be a very special stream. Good game, Sultai. Yeah, that was a nice attack on the king side. Again, I guess this is what I get for playing the Grob. F5 is a good move here. Poor Grob pawn. He didn't deserve that. Oh, poor Grob pawn. True. Oh, wait. So this is not your Twitch channel? This is Lichess's Twitch channel. My Twitch channel is twitch.tv/Aakaash. He is a women's grandmaster from Indonesia. He is, or she is. I want to write in the Twitch chat. Randy, I don't know if that's you. Feel free. I don't know why he's typing here. It probably is available on Netflix. I'll have to check it out. Alright, let's see. We got Amos Rivera. And then we've got the Lichess, the Leela bot coming up. And we have a few more games. I don't know if I'll be able to get to all of them, but I'll try. Thank you, Cormac, for the shout out again. But for those of you that weren't here at the beginning of the stream, I mentioned, so we always have this debate of chess.com versus Lichess, and I'm working on a magnum opus, a tweet thread on why Lichess is better. And I'm actually really excited for it because I've given this a lot of thought, and I know, you know, Lichess is, they're gonna be pure, they're gonna be partisan, and not really compare themselves to chess.com, but I'm gonna do it for them. I'm gonna be a martyr, and even if I get gutted by the stake, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna explain why. We're gonna explain to the world why Lichess is better. Have you visited India? I have. I was in India last January. Lichess is bae. I like Lichess better. Open source is better. Yeah. The open source, I mean, okay, like, even if you take away, like, the philosophy of open source, like, it's just clearly a better product. Like, if we're just, like, I mean, it feels way nicer. Boxers or briefs? Briefs. If Lichess brings in Puzzle Rush, it will scientifically become the better website. And in which scientific journal will we be publishing these results? There's a bunch of open access journals you could probably publish a paper in. We'll just need a scientist to do it. Although open access probably will let anyone publish anything. I guess it depends on which open access journal we're talking about. So actually, if on this channel yesterday, one of the mods of Lichess, No Joke Chess, he was doing an Ask Me Anything, just kind of answering questions from the community about Lichess and different things like that. And someone asked about Puzzle Rush. I mean, it wouldn't be called Puzzle Rush because it would be on Lichess, and Puzzle Rush is a chess.com thing. But No Joke did mention that timed puzzles might become a thing in the future, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I think that would be pretty sick. Okay, so let's see if Amos is going to sacrifice. He doesn't sacrifice. That's cool. Now we can consolidate, and because we're up a pawn and we have a beautifully placed knight against this poorly placed bishop, it should be a pretty straightforward endgame. So like king f7, rook c2, knight d5, lots of ways to play this. The Journal of Frankel, I'll publish it for a nominal fee. Yo, it's supposed to be open access though, free. Some sort of timed puzzles may come to Lichess. That's what we like to see, Cormac. That's what we like to hear. Timed puzzles shouldn't be too hard to implement, but that's easy for me to say. Yeah. I feel like everything sounds a lot easier to implement than reality. Did white have a draw with the bishop sacrifice? You mean like bishop takes h6? Is that what you're looking at, Frankel? We can take a look at that later. Those No Joke streams are handy. Once he says something publicly, we can discuss it too. True. True. When No Joke gives the seal of approval, then it can be dispersed to the normies like us. Okay. I'm gonna take here and then play this. Yeah, we'll take a look at that bishop takes h6 stuff. Good game, Amos. Yeah, I want to see this. I didn't think that bishop takes h6 was working, but I totally could be wrong there. Okay, so the question is bishop takes h6 takes, rook takes. What if I just play king g7? And if, like, now rook h7, king f6, rook here, I can play king e7. And I'm safe there. And if he does nothing, like, I don't know, a3, rook h8, and then we force an exchange of at least one of the rooks, and then this should be winning. No, I don't think bishop takes h6 is really working. Let's just double check. That's -3 for black, and then it gets a little bit worse after that. Yeah, unfortunately, like, the pawn and also this knight being here is just a lot for white to deal with. I would have sacked and cried. That's what I usually do. Okay, let's try this Leela bot. I'm excited. So, it's not calculating too much, right? Maybe we'll play something a little bit more strategic. Okay, so bishop f4, probably need to watch out for this stuff. Like knight d5 or knight b5, something like that. Wow, knight e5. I must say I wasn't really looking at that move. So knight takes, bishop takes, bishop takes c4, bishop takes b7, queen, or I think I'm gonna have to take and, like, play queen c8, queen c8. Leela's putting her paws on me. Okay, we'll sacrifice. Let's see how Leela trumps me here. But this is cool. Like, I want to try playing against this bot some more. So what did you say? Hey, I'm Bigo. No calculation at all. It's just this. So is this Leela completely, like, intuition? Because actually this could be like a really good training tool. Playing Leela without the calculation. See you later, Metrovino. Thanks for tuning in. It's only intuition. Fascinating. Okay. And how often is this bot online? You said it's online most of the time. Yeah, I mean, white is just winning here already. That's really impressive. And I assume that, like, it doesn't get much better. I mean, it doesn't think on white and on its opponent's time. This is good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so I have to be careful. If I play this, queen b7, it's probably gonna sack here. Oh man, broke through. GG. Guys, make sure you join this, or follow this bot. That's super cool. I'm actually gonna try to train with this bot. It's super strong. I mean, it's Leela, but, like, that's awesome. It's running on my PC. Oh, so you don't have it up on the cloud. Leela is saying plus 23. That's amazing. How would you fare against this bot in a 15-minute versus to 1-minute game? I don't know, Frankel. I would love to like play time odds against it and try to beat it. But I mean, like I feel like I need to like studying this bot in terms of like the intuition is really good. Because I think it would reveal like the weaknesses in your thinking because it plays more like a human. Okay. I think there's a couple more challenges here. I'm going to try to get to them. But thank you for sharing that ham, Bigo. It's a very nice permutation. Okay, we'll play Smith Mora. He doesn't want to take my pawn. Why doesn't he want to take my pawn? Okay, so we get some funky looking Smith Mora. How do I challenge you? CEO Uber Eats. Are you really the CEO of Uber Eats? If so, could I get a discount? Uber Eats has been quite expensive recently. And in the pandemic, I've needed to order delivery quite a bit. I wonder what Uber Eats profit margins are. Probably not that high, I would imagine, just because of like the costs of payment. Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend like I know. If you beat me, I'll get you a promo code. Well, I mean, I will try. I will try. But I want to get through the other challenges too. Oh, another bot. Another bot challenge. What are the other popular bots to play against on Lichess? It's my question. Okay, so this is a little bit of a annoying-ish position because my queen is tied down to this e4 pawn. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to play like c4, maybe rook e2, rook e1, and then like knight b1, knight c3, knight d5. We'll see how that works out. They're probably losing money trying to get a foothold in the market. You think so? Even with so much demand? There's a bot page. I follow a couple and somewhere I have a list of all of them. But like, what are the... I do follow a couple as well, but I wonder which bots are best for like training purposes. Like that LC0 test bot. Oh, queen c4 is a bad move. This is... Bishop b5 is pretty strong. Yep. Bishop b5, good move, champ. Cool. Good move. That was an oversight by me. I'm gonna play this. Maybe he'll take, but obviously it's not the best move. Community players, online bots. We're here. Oh, snap. Okay. That's good to see. I've played the Maya bots too. Okay, so he found d5. That's kind of unfortunate. Bishop takes e2. Well, this is not looking good. I'll take here, I mean, but I am just down a rook, no comp. I don't think he's gonna take. Probably d takes e4. D takes e4 would make sense. Uber is definitely losing money on the taxi service. I mean, what about Uber Eats though? Like, is there a margin on the food? Oh, goodness. Yo, this is brutal. So if I play queen c7, queen c7, rook c7, rook d1, so I'm going to play this. He's running low on time though, so I have some hope. Yeah, the Mayas are interesting. I'm looking for a Maya that plays around like my level. Because I think the highest rate at Maya is a 1700 or something. Sorry, 1900, not 1700, 1900. Like, if I could get some 2400 Mayas, like, that would be amazing for me. Like, I would love to spar. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to play for the clock. Because Champ Cool has just outplayed me completely. Just utterly outplayed me in this game. Okay, let's watch out for this. Good game, Champ Cool. I was just getting destroyed that game. There's really nothing more to say about that. Okay, let's see. Could ask in the forum, might get some knowledgeable replies there on which bots are liked. Most bots are Heroku Stockfish. Yeah, I mean, I want to play... Champ Cool, a little sus with those moves. I mean, I was thinking that too, but we'll oh, it was rated too. I didn't even realize it was rated. We'll try... I'll hold back on any specific allegations. There was some Leela sparring bots. Yeah, I'm really looking for some of those neural nets, Ham, Bigo. Like, I would love to specifically train against them because it's like playing against a human versus Stockfish, which is just like, you know, Terminator. You're sparring with a bot right now. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I'll have to take a look at his handle later. You like Girdle Escher bot? Have you read that book, Cormac? Like Girdle Escher Bach? What is it? An Eternal Golden Braid? It won like was it Pulitzer finalist or something in 79, 77? I have that book. Like, I've read part of it. I haven't finished it. It was one of those books I got in college, got through part of it, and I've been meaning to finish it ever since. Hello, if he's BF. I can't read that name. What's up, Murfinski? How's it going, dude? It does look intense. It looks really fun, too. It seems like a very just fun book. Let's see if my bot can beat Girdle Escher bot on one node per move. Yeah, get some bot on bot action. That's what we're all looking for. That's gonna be the future anyways. I mean, it is already the future with TCEC. What's up, Mario? I am from Chicago in the United States. How's it going? Where are you from? You'd never heard of that book, Cormac? Yeah, it's a really, it's by Douglas Hofstadter, who's he's a professor of economics and like cognition or something like that at Indiana University in Bloomington. I was just typing random letters. We're all just typing random letters in our own ways, but Either way, we appreciate your username. Okay, so rook c1. Let's see. How do we continue? Probably like knight b5. Leela won Div P. Is that the TCEC tournament that's happening right now? Division? Is Div Division? I saw something from Matthew Sadler about Stockfish and Leela being in a very tight race right now. Oh, you're from Madrid? ¿Cómo estás? Yo quiero vivir en la España. Good game, Ronik. That was a kind of a premature resignation, right? King b8, knight takes c6, I guess is losing, but king c7. I mean, I'd play knight b5. It's definitely miserable, but I wouldn't have resigned there. Okay. Let's play one more game. Premier Division. But is there still like a super final that has to happen? I forget what the format for these TCEC tournaments are. Favorite variant, Frankel? I really like Crazy House. Actually, I would say favorites, Crazy House or Fisher Random. I think Fisher Random is super cool. I mean, I think Crazy House is too, but Fisher Random is like, when people talk about like the future of chess, I really think Fisher Random has a possibility to be it. Even though white is better, significantly better in a lot of the positions, I think there's ways to account for that. I mean, white is slightly better in chess too, right? It will be Stockfish versus Leela. You can play 960 with my bot too. Yo, your bot's the best. So, Bigo, when you're like not online, do you put it on the cloud or do you just log it off of Lichess? How do you manage that? Fisher Random is chess 960. If you really want that, come here. Spain is fabulous and tolerant country with all the people around the world. Sí, también hay muchas chicas bonitas. Son los que yo quiero. Did I say that right? My Spanish needs some work, to be honest. It's running on a command prompt. White is better in chess only for master rating. For the rest of us, there's no difference. True, Frankel. True. I mean, I would say even at master level, it's like, okay, like, no need to overstate. We know that white is slightly better, but practically none of us. I mean, look at what Komodo does to, like, Naka. It's not even close. Are you finishing up, King Sack? I think this is probably my last game, and then I'm gonna find someone to raid. Hopefully someone that's streaming on the Lichess channel. Sí, efectivamente las españolas son muy guapas. Sí. Es verdad. Es verdad. Okay, so I didn't calculate knight takes b4. I just kind of assumed that we had this knight covered, but we might be wrong. What's up, Sarab? Good Spanish, Everista. Gracias. Thank you, thank you. But the difference is visible even at 1800 level for like the difference between white and black. Is that what we're talking about again? It might be somewhat noticeable, but like I wouldn't overstate it too much. It does make a difference, but At the end of the day, chess is chess. Like, if you get a slightly worse position out of the opening, ain't no big deal. Are you basically an Indian? I would say I'm basically an Indian from the perspective that my family is originally from India, but I was born in the United States, so ethnically I'm Indian, but nationally I'm American. Whoa. So that's a good move, isn't it? Because queen e2, h3, and queen f3 is coming. I was a little bit careless here. So queen f3, if I don't do anything, king g1, h3 is quite brutal. So I think I have to play like rook g1. Rook g1, and then if like queen f3, king... Oh god, this is ugly. This is quite ugly, but this is what it's come to. I do live in the US. I live in Chicago. Is your pH greater than 7? I like that question. It's basically you're asking if someone's basic. I like that. I'm gonna have to steal that one, Frankel. I already told you. It's also called Chess 960. Yeah, IFES. You gotta. I mean, if you're still confused about what Chess 960, what Fisher Random is, just YouTube it. Oh God, I'm about to get mated. I'm about to get checkmated. G5 is coming up soon. So we have to play B5 to attack the queen. Maybe try to launch some rescue mission. If G5 now, we do have queen D8. And then the king blocks the rook off temporarily for the time being. We're not resting on a very sturdy boat right now. But we're not dead yet, which is nice. Actually, maybe we are dead. Rook f6 with rook h6 coming up. So I might have to just check and then take the rook, just to avoid getting mated. And there's a 2-second increment here, so I'm probably lost now, to be quite honest. I could also play queen f4, and then rook h6, queen takes, pawn takes. I'm gonna play that. Like, this is lost though. My only hope my only hope is to do something like this. But I'm pretty sure you can just take this. Oh, why didn't I take this? Oh God. Okay, well, the 1500 got me. GG, I mean, he played well. Good game. Oh, man. Played well on the king side here. I mean, I left some weaknesses for myself, but this is a nice attack. What was my best way to... This had to be my best counterplay, right? So I should probably play king, king f6. Although it's still lost here. You should look at other bots too if you're interested. There's some good ones, not just mine. I do it for fun. If you're interested in Leela, just message the bot on Lichess. True. Yeah, I mean, there are... I do want to see this before. Playing at the level of about 2000. Boris Trapsky. These Maya bots are super popular. Oh, Girdle Escherbach D. Dugovic. I think he's from... I think I know this person. Yeah, it was a strong player. They don't make 1500s like that where I live. What's up with these monster 15, 1300s? It happens, you know. It just happens. Yeah. Lichess is a dangerous place. Some of the bot names are great. I really love Girdle Escher bot. I love Girdle Escher bot. Let's see, what are these other ones? Combuskin. Flaming Dragon. FIDE rating over 9,000. Mini Human. The most fun Leela style network. Designed to be a reasonable sparring partner. Uses a Gamma book. Ooh, this one looks fun. Mini Human. Boris Trapsky is a great name. Alright, guys. I'm going to find someone to raid right now. Let's see. Who else is... Oh, Eric is online. Let's raid Eric. Yeah, 2,500. Probably not 2,500. Just, 2,500 is probably a little bit of a euphemism for this bot. These bots are hard to know. Okay, I can't remember if I can raid or not. Let me see. Oh man, I don't have permission to do it. Cormac, are you able to raid? Oh, he is able to raid. Okay, let's wait for the raiders. Guys, thank you. By the way, if you're not already, please consider being a patron to Lichess. It's a non-profit, and they make a fantastic website. So if you have any extra money that you'd love to donate, Lichess is a great place to donate it to. 2,500 nodes, that's what you meant. Ah, I gotcha. Alright, guys. Until next time, please enjoy Eric's stream. Peace out.